I've been hearing a lot about smart meters recently, and about a year ago I applied via my energy provider, which is npower, to get a smart meter installed. About 8 weeks ago they sent me an email and said that they got a date for an installation, and would I like to get one installed. So I said yeah, and they booked a slot for me, and they gave me a call beforehand. So they phoned me up and explained that the power would be off, the gas would be off during the install. They asked some questions like, is the cupboard easy to get to? Did I have any medical equipment that was dependent on electricity? So I answered all those questions, and they confirmed that the slot and the engineer turned up today. One thing they don't tell you is that the meters are company specific. So I'm currently with npower, and the engineer turned up today with an npower smart meter. Apparently next year they're hoping to get a standard where these smart meters may work across multiple suppliers, but as of today it's an npower smart meter. It talks to npower, and if I choose to leave npower, I switch my energy supplier fairly regularly, then odds are the meter won't work with another supplier. It doesn't mean that I can't switch, it just means the meter will probably turn into an old style dumb meter, and I'll end up having to send off the readings again manually. What's unclear at the moment is I would hope it will still be able to talk to the device that's in the house that gives you energy usage, but that's still to be seen. So the engineer turned up today, turned up about 8 o'clock, and he left about 10 past 10. The guy said that mine was fairly straightforward. I've got cupboards on the outside of the house, very accessible, both next to each other, both at a sensible height, so didn't need any ladders or anything like that. But yeah, the installation was just over 2 hours. The engineer was excellent, very professional, very friendly, had a good chat while I was doing the install, explained everything about what he did. And basically, so he turned up, as I said, I knew I was going to lose power, I knew I was going to lose gas. He turned up, he came in, he went and tested all the gas appliances to make sure he was happy with it, and then he turned off the boiler, turned off the electric at the fuse box, and then started his work. And his work was basically to take out the old electric meter, take out the old gas meter, and replace them with new meters. So what I've got is I've got a new gas meter. That gas meter has a battery in it that apparently lasts 15 years. That talks to the monitoring device that's installed in the electric cupboard, and the electric meter has a cable that also talks to that monitoring device in that cupboard as well. That device, from what I understand, collects information on how much electric I use and how much gas I use. It sends information to a terminal in the house, so I can see at any time how much electricity and gas that I'm using, and it also sends that information off to the energy supplier. The electric seems to be fairly instant, that seems to be fairly good. The gas seems to be a bit of a lag, it seems to be about 10-15 minutes behind. So for example, if the boiler kicks in, I might not see that update for about 10 or 15 minutes to show that I'm using gas. So yeah, the gas isn't so great. With electric, if you switch on a light fairly instantly, you can see your usage go up, turn electric stuff off, and fairly instantly your usage goes down. I wanted to get one just out of interest. It's new technology, see what it's about. Useful to me, so a lot of the adverts say it's going to save you money. Well, it doesn't save you money. All it does is just show you at any time how much electricity you're using, or how much the electricity that you're using is costing you. It knows the tariff that you're paying, so you don't have to program any tariff information in. It's up to date, and you can see by turning things on and off the effect that has on your energy consumption. So that, yeah, very interesting to see that. But other than that, it doesn't save you any money. It doesn't give you a cheaper tariff. It doesn't reduce your electricity. It's just giving you a better view of your energy usage. For me, obviously, another advantage is that I don't have to do any meter readings anymore. That information is sent off to the supplier automatically. And for them, I guess the advantage for them is they're able to see. So in the past, I've sent a meter reading off every month or every 2 months, and they get a snapshot at that point to say between the last meter reading and this meter reading, this is how much energy I used. Now they've got a very rich picture to say, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute even, how much electricity that I'm using in this house and how much gas that I'm using. So they can get a trend. They obviously know how big the house is, what type of house it is, the area, how many people are in the house, and they can see, as I said, on a minute by minute, day by day basis, they can see just how much energy is being used. So that's very rich information for them. I'm sure it'll help them, but also I've got sort of no doubts that I'll probably also be selling that information as well to third parties. It's probably going to be fairly lucrative for them as well, I'd imagine, that information. Okay, so this is the display unit that goes inside the house. As you can see, it's branded npower. It just reinforces that fact that they are tied to a particular vendor. One thing that I did forget to mention is that when the engineer comes, one thing that he does do is he takes a note of the old meter reading, the meter reading that was on the old devices. He notes them down, leaves a copy for you, and then also sends that off to the provider as well. But probably well worth taking a reading yourself before the engineer arrives, just so you've got another copy and you've submitted an up-to-date report as well. So this is the device. It runs on mains or batteries. You don't get any batteries with the device, so I've currently got it plugged in. I think it takes 3 AAA batteries. At the top half of the screen shows your current run rate. So this top bit here shows you electricity, and the bottom bit shows you gas. So at the moment I'm not using any gas, and I'm using 9 pence per hour worth of electric. And then down here it shows me that so far today, since it's been installed, I've used 23 pence of electric and I've used 10 pence of gas. You can press there's 3 buttons down the bottom, and these tell you what they do. So by pressing this one here, it changes the unit, so it changes it from pence into kilowatt hours. Again, showing you your current run rates. It also changes the display at the top as well. These are your current run rates in kilowatt hours, and these are what you've used so far today. Still getting used to this, obviously, so it's the first day that's been installed, but this button here, period, changes it from today to this week. Now obviously, as this is the first day that it's been installed, it's not going to show me a lot of information, but then over time a bit more useful. Although I would hope that as things catch up, this information, this more granular information, will get pushed to their website, and I'll be able to view this on the website in a lot more detail than what this is showing me. But yeah, pressing period changes it from today, this week, this month, last 8 days, last 5 weeks, last year. So you can see a history of your usage, and then you've got a menu button, and the only thing probably worthwhile in here is tariffs. If you're not sure what tariff you're on, you can have a look. It tells you how much you're being charged, daily standing charge, how much pence per kilowatt, and same for gas as well. And I think that's about it really. Messages, so apparently npower could send me a message. I get a little envelope icon here I go into messages to read that. I'm not sure what information they're going to send me, but that's the option there. And then meter balance. Not sure what that's actually telling me. Switch between gas and electric. But that's about it really. So most people are going to have it in this mode, and most people, out of interest, are going to be able to see their run rate for electric and gas. People probably go around the house, turn stuff on and off, see what effect that has on the run rate, on the bill, just to get an idea of how expensive some things are, maybe play around with having some things in standby or completely unplugging them from the wall, and then again to see what difference that makes. We just get a feel for what appliances are using the most electricity, and then probably refer to this as and when. But as I said, this doesn't save you money, it just gives you a view on your current usage. But yeah, this is what the npower in-house monitoring device looks like. I think these bars here, so it looks like they go all the way around, and as usage increases, they will go obviously and fill further. And same for the gas as well. I think the engineer said that at some point these will change to amber and then change to red, and then this status light up here also reflects your current usage. So if you're hammering your electricity, using a lot of electricity, this meter here goes to amber. This status light will also go to amber as well. Alright, so quick example. At the moment it's showing 12p electric run rate. At the moment I've got like two computers on, a couple of lights on in the house. Just going to get my daughter to turn on the oven, and you can see it jump up. Amy, can you turn on the oven please? So it's an electric oven. Let's just turn it on, wait for it to, should be able to hear it kick in. You can see how fast it is. There you go, it's just kicking in now. So obviously a little bit of delay, but there you go, and it jumps right up. So that's with the electric oven on. So it's pretty much doubled, over doubled the current run rate. Alright, can you turn it off, Amy, please? Right, so that's the oven off, and it's dropped back down again.